Hi, everybody. I'm here with Tracey Parsons, and we're going to be talking about a really fascinating topic. We're going to be talking about Flockity, which is Tracey's company. But first of all, give us a quick introduction to you, Tracey. Tell us about your background and what you've done up until this point.
Well, perfect. Thank you so much for having me today, Adam. It's my backstory is long. So I've been doing recruitment marketing and employer brand work since the late 1900s. Everything from placing one of the earliest banner ads on the internet for recruiting on to helping get people started on social recruiting on MySpace back in '05, right? Like, so it's, yeah. So helping T-Mobile get started on MySpace, placing the first banner ad on the internet for recruiting in '97, and watching all of recruitment marketing and recruitment advertising evolve with consumer marketing and consumer advertising, right? And how do we apply those practices to our world, knowing that our world is very different than buying a product, right? So my background spans 20 plus years of creating and building and studying to understand how we can really make an impact for employers and for candidates.
I mean, we've got a lot of parallels in there in that I started my career in recruiting in the late 19, not early
Late
1900s,
19.
late 1900s. And I also take a lot of inspiration from like mainstream sales and marketing and what can we learn from that and apply it into talent acquisition, again, with that appreciation that it is a bit different. Um,
Hmm.
so the reason that I wanted everybody to meet you today, if they haven't met you, or hear about Flockity if they haven't heard about this, is because um, I'm going to be really frank here. Other than poetry, my own technology product, I have not seen anything that I've thought, wow, that is exciting, that's new
Thank you.
in talent acquisition technology in the last 5 years, except Flockity. It's literally the only thing I've seen that I've gone, wow, I wish I'd had that idea. This is absolutely brilliant. And I love it. And I think a lot of that is because I am subjective around this. I do believe it is brilliant. And I do, but I mean, some of it might be because you and I have got a lot of shared thought processes in this stuff.
Yes.
But I think that's because it's right. Just first of all, tell us a bit about it, and then I'm going to ask you to show us maybe a couple of things to bring it to life. But yeah, tell us about the background to this.
Yeah, well, it was born out of the same frustration that you were just talking about, right? I went to a conference, I think 3 years ago, and it was the same 10 people talking about the same 10 things we've been talking about for 10 years. And I was like, okay, so we don't have any problems in TA and recruitment marketing and advertising and employer brand. It's clear we don't have any problems. Nobody's innovating. We're just doing the same old thing. So all of this sameness led me to go back into my like consumer marketing bag and look, okay, well, what's happening on the consumer side of the business? And then I saw a stat that the CMO's number one channel for both sales and marketing has become influencer and affiliate marketing. And I was like, why don't we have that? Why don't we have that? Why don't we have people on the internet talking about jobs and sharing jobs? And then I thought, wait a minute, we already have that. People are on LinkedIn, people are on Instagram, people are on all these channels already sharing jobs. Why aren't we leveraging an audience that already has an audience? Right. So we stood up a stealth beta in late 2023, went public in 24, and have just been doing nothing but learning, growing, and scaling over the last 2 years. And it's just been really quite a journey because I just had this thought like, why does Indeed and LinkedIn get all the money? And when we know we trust our friends and our peers, and our friends and our peers are changing every day. Like there are people that I follow on TikTok and Instagram that aren't my friend, but I trust them and they give me information and they're telling me new events to go to and new products to try. And I was like, why not jobs? And then we started finding all of these people out there who are already on the internet, on Instagram, on TikTok, on LinkedIn, talking about the work that they do and creating content about how to be a better salesperson or about how to be a better technologist or a product manager or a nurse or a healthcare provider. And we were like, oh my gosh, this is totally a thing. So we made the thing.
Okay, I love this. Let's talk about like how this manifests in recruiting. So JLo and David Beckham are probably not on Instagram talking about jobs. and they cost quite a lot of money. So,
Hmm.
who is on the internet talking about jobs, and how does a company go about connecting with those individuals?
Yeah, absolutely. So there, and the reason like I get that question all the time, oh, like is Alex Earl going to be sharing our jobs or Mr. Beast? I'm like, okay, I've seen your budget and it's not going to accommodate that. And you don't want that because the bigger the influencer, the lower the engagement that they get on social media, right? You want those nano influencers. You want those people with 2, 3, 5, 10,000 followers. And the reason that you don't see them on your reels or your For You page is because that's not what the algorithm is serving you. You are not looking for a job in engineering. You're not looking for a job in sales, right? You're not seeing those things because the algorithm knows what you're looking for. But the algorithm also knows what people who are looking for those jobs are looking for, and they're looking for these types of content creators. I mean, it might be easier if I just show you like somebody that shows up for Flockity and what they share. Is that useful?
Yes, that's brilliant. I mean, what this is reminding me of is when I first, like a few years into my career, I started working with an engineering company. So I was in recruitment marketing with an agency, and we were working with an engineering company. And we were talking to engineers, and what we recognized is they all went to a specific website to find out information about what's going on in that specific area of engineering. It was to do with, I think,
Mm-hmm.
aerospace engineering.
Sure.
And it was just a guy doing it as a hobby. And we went and asked if we could buy it, and we bought
Yeah,
it.
right. And so this is an example, Deepali, she's talking about engineering jobs with Boeing and Spectrum, right? And she's got a video out there. She is a Corn Ferry recruiter. She's a senior level recruiter, and she's talking to people all the time on how to be a better job seeker, right? And then we have people like, let me find another one. We have Audrey, who is 10-year recruiter, and she makes a ton of content for things like this. She's talking about being an insurance agent. She's out there sharing jobs. And people are commenting, people are interacting, people like, hey, I've got something here. This is my dream job. And the community, what we're finding with our creators, and I did a podcast last week with our creators, and they were like, the gold of Flockity actually is happening in the comments section. And we have a lot of like our customers will sometimes ask like, oh my gosh, what if somebody says something negative? And what we've found is the one instance that somebody said something negative, the community went in and policed that. Like, oh no, I work there. It's a really great company to work for. My parents worked there. It's a really great company to work for. And the creators both told me that when I was interviewing them, they were like, people are commenting on each other's comments. Like, oh, I've been thinking about getting into insurance sales. I work in insurance sales. Can I DM you? So, like, they're building this whole community around jobs and having those conversations in the comment section. And Audrey was telling me last week, she's like, we had somebody who came onto one of her threads that she posted. She posted a job in threads, and they were like, no, I work at this organization. And somebody commented, hey, I would like to learn more. Can I DM you? And they're DMing each other back and forth. Right. So there is more to be done than posting a job on Indeed or LinkedIn. There's so much more happening on the internet than there because I think it was Gallup said in March, 11% of the audience is looking for a job actively. That means 89% of the
Wow.
people are scrolling Instagram, scrolling TikTok, and they're consuming content. The idea is that you start meeting them where they are.
This is great. So it's like getting in on the channel that traditionally talent acquisition teams wouldn't be thinking about.
Yes. 100%.
Or
And this is Carolina, and she's a finance girly. And she was just she's just making videos for our customers and for her audience. I mean, she's really doing this for her audience because the key with Flockity and our creators is that the silver thread is that we are all helpers, right? And everybody in talent acquisition gets into this business to help people. Like that's what we want to do. And our creators want to help their audiences be better at their job. And as they're starting to build these skills, just sharing jobs with them is a very natural, organic extension of the work that they're already doing. And they're just thrilled with this. Like They send us emails every week like this is the most fun I've ever had. And it's we're starting to see that like people go on Instagram and TikTok to doom scroll, and we're starting to see Flockity as being one of those hope scrolling activities, right? That somebody sees me and somebody's actually trying to help me find a new job. It's what we're learning and seeing is really exciting, and it's really lifting everybody up in the people that we're working with, customers, creators, and our own team.
I mean, I love it. It's innovative. When you've explained it to me, I've gone, it's just so obvious. So you're running I guess you're running like a marketplace product, kind of like
Hmm.
Uber.
Yeah.
The company needs something.
Yes.
There's individuals there who are willing to support.
Yes.
So how, who's come? You got to fill both sides of the marketplace, right? So
Yes.
that's your challenge. So who have you got the most demand from, and how does that work?
It's been pretty balanced to date, right? And we know approximately how many creators we need to bring on every month to support the demand from customers, right? And then we run into situations where customers are like, okay, we want more. We this was a great performance month. How can we get more, right? And the work that we've been doing with Ford has been actually quite groundbreaking. Ford has broken all of our click records, all of our share records. And I heard back from the customer in the first 6 weeks of our work together, we generated 470 applications. We're
So
converting at 22% from
I
somebody landing on the career site and applying.
I am. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking that this would be particularly important for a particularly valuable type of approach for those companies where they've got an evergreen hiring requirement for a specific thing. So healthcare providers, physicians and nurses and things like that. Clinical research organizations for things like clinical project managers and clinical research associates. For Ford, I guess it's probably digital and engineering jobs,
Yes.
constantly hiring for that type of thing.
Yes. Right.
Okay.
And the one of the things that we often look at when we're talking to a prospect is can we find those creators, right? And we did test frontline, we did test retail. It's hard to find creators on the internet talking positively about working in food service and in retail, right? Like it's a hard job. So we don't really support a lot of frontline hiring. It's just something that we can't find the creators for. Nursing is another specialty that is it's a heavier lift for us to find those creators, because again, working in American healthcare is very challenging work. Nurses are very overburdened. They are very in demand. And if they are on TikTok or Instagram talking about how to be a great nurse, they don't really want to sell people to come be a nurse. They want to sell scrubs and they want to sell accoutrement. They're like, I don't know if I want to talk anybody into coming, and building a nursing career because it's just hard work. But it is a sweet spot for us. So when we do have healthcare providers, we can deliver a set number of traffic for them, and it does work. Like we are seeing traction, but most of our traction is in those professional roles like you were talking about, engineering and researchers, product managers, those types of things. We find they find the audience. The creators find the
And
audience.
okay, just one last question.
Yeah.
I'm guessing in terms of the sort of like who pays who type of aspect for it, I'm guessing the company pays for clicks and the creator does a revenue share around clicks and they get,
Bingo.
yeah.
Yep. Bingo.
So the content creator was probably going to be content creating regardless. And if they're going to put one in every five things they're creating is something they're going to get paid for some of their clicks for, then it's fun for them anyway. It's a side hustle and it's just going to give them a bit of extra pocket money every month.
Absolutely. I mean, we've had one creator earn over $10,000 this year.
Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. That's where if you can build that up and if you can really build that up, it makes a big meaningful, that's paying for
Yes.
vacations, it's paying for your
Yes.
car, it's paying for.
Yes. And we do get emails to the team that says, "Oh my God, I just took my family to dinner on Flockity. Thank you so much for this." Like I haven't had to buy coffee for the last 2 months because I'm just lunch is always on me because I'm making money on Flockity. And again, we're talking about people with maybe 5,000 followers, so they're not getting $50,000 brand deals like a corporate Natalie or somebody like that. But this is meaningful side hustle money, and it is, contributing to their day-to-day joy and their day-to-day happiness. And then they're ultimately having another piece of content that they're able to create that helps people. That's what they do it for.
Yeah, love it. US only for now.
US only for now. We are working on expansions now.
I
Like
mean,
coming
the
coming this fall, maybe winter.
the UK has got to be your next market. It's not as big as the USA, but it's culturally very, very similar.
EU and UK are very, very high on our list, as is India. We have a lot of demand from creators in India, and we have some customers who are like, "Oh, we could really get into the India market."
Oh, I mean, India, absolutely. I can understand that because everyone's on the internet. They are super
Mhm.
digital there, and it is very, very competitive hiring people. So
Yes.
totally understand. All right, Tracy, really great to see you today. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, Adam. Have a good day.